The mere thought hadn't even begun to speculate about the merest possibility of crossing my mind, meaning sometimes it seems as though we're neither growing, changing, improving, or doing anything significant, great, noticeable, or praiseworthy, or respectable into our lives, but that is not necessarily the reality because the mind always devolves into something else entirely. The mind always tricks, dupes us, and plays us against our weaknesses, shortcomings, and unintegrated shadows and unresolved traumas. And that means whatever we refuse to integrate and solve and see in ourselves, ultimately that occurs not only in the world as a real practical event, and not only do we see all that unprocessed material and dark shadows and poison in the others, but that literally begins controlling our reality, dictating and somehow manipulating, influencing our real time, practical, materialistic actions, behaviors, attitudes, mindsets, perceptions, and ambitions in one way or another. And that is the most dangerous or scariest part of the unintegrated shadows, unresolved traumas, repressed desire, and the unprocessed shadow material that obviously exists and is real for everyone almost in the modern society who has not yet seen anything wrong, bad, or basically unprocessed in itself, or basically difficult, unhealthy. It could be anything. So we just have to be able to come to the realization of the fact that there is both good and evil, right and wrong, light and dark in ourselves, that there is a darkness in ourselves that is still left to be processed, understood, and brought to the light in one or another. And until unless we complete the shadow integration process, we will always be trapped in delusions and will always be led and controlled somehow, somewhere by arrogance, envy, pride, dangerousness, vanity, ego, and a sense of self centric behavior or self obsessedness, which is dangerous, counterproductive for our progress as well as for the outside environments and societal circumstances and public situations, anyways, which is the case for the most people, anyways, in one way or another. So, obviously, sometimes it appears to happen that nothing is happening or changing anymore, or that we have done nothing, we have achieved nothing, but we have achieved obviously a lot in one way or another, not necessarily from the societal perspective and public lens or outside judgment, but definitely in our lives, in our self overcoming, in the establishment of boundaries, and our dominance in knowledge, in our overcoming and conquering of one internal barrier after another psychological barrier hindrance. We have overcome a lot of boundaries, anyways, in one way or another, and that is the thing we have done